Hey guys, Kimber right here. I hope you all had a fantastic time on the Jigsaw journey. I know a lot of you have been watching it. Uh, I didn't get any comments on any guesses. I personally think that it was just an accident, but I'm not 100% sure. Now, before I begin, I just want to point something out. I am going to be reading the results from the book, but as you can see, it's written backwards. So if I'm reading a lot more slower than I usually do, it's because I'm trying to work out what it's being said, and I've lost my mirror, so I can't read it with the mirror. Let's see if you guys have worked out exactly how the murder was done. Good luck, guys. The next day, armed with a letter of authorization, Emily and David went to the bank in Dali and collected a small brown parcel that contained the secrets to a long forgotten mystery. When they arrived back at the house, they noticed William was asleep in the garden. The youngsters made their way to the sitting room, where Emily carefully opened the box and arranged its contents on the coffee table. "What on earth does all this mean?" said David, as he stared at the objects in front of him. Emily picked up a small photograph and studied it instantly. Grandmother found a photo of another woman in Gramps' wallet. "This must be it." I'll read you the message written on it. It says, "Darling William, thank you for the earrings. Love, Annabella." David stared at Emily as he started to comprehend the meaning to what she had just told him. "William and Annabella were lovers?" he exclaimed. Emily slowly nodded in agreement. "Do you think the camera belonged to Gramps?" David asked. "Probably. Look, there is still some film inside. They could be pictures taken at Fate Harbert." Again, I apologize if I've got that name wrong. The spelling is up here and you're welcome to correct me. Sikri, on the day Annabella died, said Emily. "What about the shawl, and the dagger?" David inquired, pointing to where they lay on the table. "The shawl belonged to grandmother, and the dagger must be the one that went missing from the hotel in Agra. She must have crept down in the middle of the night and removed it from the wall display in the reception area. Then she packed it in the overnight bag which she took on the trip to Fateborough Sikri. Maybe she was so upset at finding the picture in Gramps' wallet that she thought she would kill Annabella with it," Emily went on. "But she didn't," David said. "Annabella died from a wound to the head." "That's right," Emily agreed. "On that fateful afternoon, when Jane went back to fetch her shawl from the car, she left the dagger behind, but she took the photograph with her. She went off to search for Annabella and confronted her about the relationship with Gramps. When she found Annabella, an argument ensued, and Annabella hit Gramps across the face. This would explain the red mark on her cheek. Perhaps out of anger or even self-defense, she pushed Annabella away, causing her to stumble and fell over backwards. As she crashed to the ground, Annabella hit her head on the stone floor, and she would have died almost immediately. It may have been a tragic accident. But that leaves us with the diamond earrings, David said. I wonder if your grandmother took them. Who knows, Emily replied. Perhaps when she realised that Annabella was dead, maybe she panicked and wanted to make it look as though robbery was the motive for her demise. What a sad story, David said. Gramps must have felt terrible about what happened. Yes, Emily agreed. Gramps' affair with Annabella Denevere led to her premature death and the breakdown of his own marriage. He has probably spent the last 50 years or so trying to come to terms with his feelings of guilt. Then, when Gramps died, he finally decided to unload the burden of guilt and tell the truth by asking us out here to solve the mystery surrounding the murder in the deserted city to fate-burnt Sikri. Emily and David looked out to the garden where Gramps was still gently dozing in the sunshine and wondered. So after all of that, it turned out that it had been just a tragic accident. But was Gramps right to feel ashamed? Maybe he felt guilty knowing that he was the cause of what had happened. What were the clues that made them work it out? Well, there was the photograph with the message on it, the camera that possibly had film of the day that happened, the shawl, and the dagger. It's amazing how things can often be connected together, just like a puzzle. I'll see you again next time, guys. Take care. Bye, guys.